IND 130 at 9er. Cav OK. Temperature 30. Dew point 24. QNH 1010. Density altitude 1900 feet. Transition level 190. Arriving and departing runways 07 right, 07 left. Advise on initial contact you have information Charlie. Tan Son Nhat International Airport, information Charlie. 1300 Zulu. Wind 130 at 9er. Cav OK. Temperature 30. Dew point 24. QNH 1010. Density altitude 1900 feet. Transition level 190. Arriving and departing runways 07 right, 07 left. Advise on
Bamboo 90468 radio check.
Bamboo 90468, this is Tan Son, Nhat clearance delivery. Go ahead.
RO dew point 24.
Bamboo 90468 with information Charlie. Request IFR clearance to camera.
I'll have your clearance in just a second. Bamboo 90468, information Charlie is current. Cleared to Cameron via the ANRA 1 Quebec departure, then is filed. Departure runway 07 left. Initial climb to 4,000 feet. Departure on 126.35, squawk 4664.
Clear to Cameron via the ANRA 1 Quebec departure, then is filed. Departure runway 07 left. Initial climb to 4,000 feet. Departure on 126.35, squawk 4664. Bamboo 90468.
Bamboo 90468, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.6 when ready.
121.6, Bamboo 90468.
Thai 557 ready to taxi. Thai 557. Taxi to runway 07 left via Victor, Sierra 10. Cross runway 07 right at your discretion. 07 left via Victor, Sierra 10. Cross runway 07 right at your discretion. Thai 557.
Cockpit reparation checklist, seatbelts cover remove, V188, 6180 kilograms set seatbelts on. Address number red 1010 set cockpit preparation check is complete.
We're ready to go when you are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bin and your small items are underneath the seat in front of you. If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know and we'll be happy to help you. After you put your carry-on items in the overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Also be sure that the aisle is clear and sit down so that way other passengers can get by you. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please review the exit seating responsibilities and the safety card provided for you. Please make sure that you are able and willing to perform these actions. If you're not, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be released. You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 9468. Our flight time will be roughly 41 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, secure doors for departure.
Bamboo 90468 ready for push and start.
Bamboo 90468, hence on that ground, push and start approved. Face north.
Push and start through face north. Bamboo 90468.
Bamboo 90468, push and start approved, facing north.
Push and start through face north. Bamboo 90468.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Before start checklist, backing right set, sector speed and cross B11441 via 142 via B2143, flex time 67 degrees Celsius set. Windows closed, beacons on. Before start checklist complete.
High 557 contact tower on 118.7.
Completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Howard, high 557.
Locking gear. Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Starting engine 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Hân hạnh chào đón quý khách trên chuyến bay của Bamboo Airways, hãng hàng không của sự hiếu khách.
Welcome aboard Bamboo Airways, the airline of hospitality.
Kính thưa quý khách, vì an toàn của chuyến bay, kính mời quý khách theo dõi hướng dẫn về an toàn trên máy bay.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the safety of the flight, may we have your attention for the safety demonstration.
Khi đã lên máy bay, đề nghị quý khách không hút thuốc dưới mọi hình thức.
Once on board, any type of smoking is strictly prohibited.
Các thiết bị điện tử phải được tắt nguồn hoặc chuyển sang chế độ máy bay trong suốt hành trình bay.
Electronic devices must be turned off or switched to flight mode during the flight.
Quý khách lưu ý không sạc pin các thiết bị điện tử trong quá trình máy bay lăn, cất và hạ cánh.
Charging electronic devices is not allowed during taxi, takeoff and landing.
Trong quá trình máy bay lăn, cất và hạ cánh, quý khách cài dây an toàn, dựng thẳng lưng ghế, đóng bàn ăn, xếp gọn chân ghế và màn hình.
During taxi, takeoff and landing, you are requested to fasten your seatbelt, set seat back upright, secure tray table, footrest, and monitor.
Quý khách đặt hành lý trong ngăn đựng phía trên hoặc xếp gọn dưới ghế phía trước.
Carry-on luggage is requested to stow under the seat in front of you or in the overhead lockers.
Không để hành lý trên lối đi, khu vực cửa thoát hiểm, dưới chân các vách ngăn và phía sau chân của quý khách.
The aisle, the exit rows, the area under fixed bulkhead, and behind your leg must be clear of any luggage.
Quý khách cài dây an toàn trong suốt thời gian bay
Waiting your
và khi cần
confirmation
cài
for
dây
a good
an toàn
engine
trong phần
start.
sáng. Dây an toàn được cài như sau: cài hai đầu khóa vào nhau. Nếu vai ghế có thêm một đầu dây móc, quý khách bắt chéo dây ngang người, cài đầu móc vào khóa, kéo một đầu dây để siết chặt và mở bằng cách kéo hoặc bấm từ khóa.
Contact tower on 118.7.
Cần dây an toàn nối dài, vui lòng liên hệ với tiếp viên hàng không để được trợ giúp. Quý khách vui lòng cài dây an toàn và để dây trong tầm nhìn để tiếp viên hàng không kiểm tra an toàn hoàn tất.
Distribution of infant seatbelt or extension belt will be provided by cabin crew. Please make sure your seatbelt is fastened and visible to the cabin crew. Whenever seatbelt sign is on, please fasten your seatbelt and keep it while you are seated. Your safety belt is fastened like this. Insert the metal buckle into the other for additional shoulder belt. Cross the belt in front of your body, then hook the metal buckle into the lock. Tighten by pulling the strap and unfasten by lifting the buckle or pressing on the lock.
Trường hợp mất áp suất, mặt nạ dưỡng khí sẽ rơi xuống từ phía trên ghế ngồi và trong phòng vệ sinh. Quý khách kéo mạnh mặt nạ để có dưỡng khí, đeo mặt nạ lên mũi và miệng, choàng dây qua đầu, siết chặt.
In case of decompression, oxygen mask will be released from the cabin ceiling and in the lavatory. Pull the nearest mask firmly downward to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth. Wear the plastic band over your head, then tighten it.
Quý khách hãy đeo mặt nạ cho mình trước, rồi giúp trẻ
Bamboo
em và các hành khách khác
90468
ngồi cùng
ready
người
to
giúp đỡ.
taxi
Please
to
put on your own
runway
mask first
07
and
left.
help the children and anyone nearby who may need assistance.
Trong trường hợp thoát hiểm, hệ thống đèn chỉ lối thoát hiểm sẽ dẫn quý khách đến cửa thoát hiểm.
In case of evacuation, emergency light system will guide you to emergency
Bamboo
exits.
9468, taxi to runway 07 left via Sierra 5. Victor, Sierra 10, cross runway
In the
07
cabin, there
right,
are
then
8
Papa
exits,
6.
2 at the front, 4 at the middle,
Taxi
and
to
2 at the
runway
rear. Please
07
identify
left
your
via
nearest
Sierra
emergency
5
exits
Victor,
with marked
Sierra
signs.
Áo phao được đặt dưới ghế
10
ngồi
cross
của quý khách
runway
hoặc phía
07
dưới bên
right
cạnh
and
ghế.
Papa
Khi được
6.
yêu cầu sử dụng, quý khách lấy áo
Bamboo
ra khỏi vị trí,
90468.
xé vỏ bọc, mặc áo choàng qua đầu và thắt chặt dây quanh eo. Quý khách lưu ý không được làm phồng áo khi ở trong khoang khách.
Life vests are located under your seat or below, next to your seat. When instructed by cabin crews, remove it from its location and package. Put on the life vest and secure it carefully. Do not inflate the life vest in the cabin.
Ngay tại cửa, quý khách làm phồng áo bằng cách giật mạnh thẻ nhựa hoặc thổi vào ống màu đỏ.
At exit, pull the tag firmly downwards or blow into mouthpieces to inflate it.
Trên áo phao có còi và đèn để lôi cuốn sự chú ý.
There are a whistle and a light on your vest for attracting attention.
Quý khách lưu ý chỉ sử dụng áo phao trong trường
Taxi
hợp khẩn
checklist,
cấp hoặc
flight
khi
control
nhân viên
check,
hàng không
flap
yêu cầu.
setting
Áo phao
to
trẻ em sẽ được cung cấp bằng
One
hướng dẫn
plus
sử
F
dụng bởi nhân
radar
viên hàng
and
không.
ready
Life
taking
vests are
shear
used in
on
case
and
of
low
emergency or when instructed by cabin crew only. Infant life vest will be provided and instructed by cabin crews.
Và bây giờ, quý khách đọc bản hướng dẫn an toàn được đặt trong túi ghế phía trước hoặc ngăn bên cạnh.
And now, please read the safety briefing card in the seat pocket in front of you or next to your seat.
Trân trọng cảm ơn sự theo dõi của quý khách. Chúng tôi rất mong quý khách sẽ có trải nghiệm an toàn và thú vị trên các chuyến bay của Bamboo Airways.
We thank you for your attention and we hope you have a great time on board with Bamboo Airways.
Ready to go. Please note, the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there's a reading light on the panel above you.
The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
9468 ready to pass runway 07 right.
Bamboo Niner 468, cross runway 07 right, then continue taxi to runway 07 left via Papa 6.
Roger, Bamboo 9468. Departure, please. Cabin crew, please. Taxi for departure.
Bamboo Niner 468, contact tower on 118.7. Have a good evening.
Tower on 118.7, Bamboo 9468. Good day, bye bye. Good evening, Tower Bamboo 9468. Holding shots runway 07 right, 07 left, ready for departure.
Bamboo Niner 468, hands on Nhat Tower, runway 7 left, winds 130 at Niner, cleared for takeoff.
Winds 130 at Niner, clear for takeoff runway 07 left, Bamboo Niner 468. Cabin crew, please taxi for departure. Lap checklist, takeoff runway 07 left, confirm GCAS, TR, Box 1 and 2 on, lap checklist complete. Stabilize. Check out. Maybe Black 67 set ARS runway all possible. Maybe not check.
Bamboo Niner 468, contact departure.
Contact departure, Bamboo 9468. Good day, bye bye. Good evening, departure, Bamboo 9468. Would you passing 1800 Bamboo to 4000 feet.
Bamboo Niner 468, hands on Nhat departure, radar contact, climb flight level 190.
Climbing to flight level 190, Bamboo 9468.
Bamboo
Bamboo 9 or 468, Tamsun Nhat departure, radar contact. Bamboo 9 or 468, Tamsun Nhat departure, climb flight level 250.
Climbing to flight level 250, Bamboo 9 or 468.
We are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while doing seated and do not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you will be required to pay a small fee. We do offer complimentary in-flight communication to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi to find out more information. now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you use your seatbelt fasten when you use unexpected circumstances.
Bamboo 90468, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1.
Switching to Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1. Bamboo 90468. Control, Bamboo 90468, evening. Climbing through flight level 190 for flight level 250.
Bamboo 90468, Ho Chi Minh Control identified. Good evening.
Descending altitude 3,000 feet, Vietnam 1120.
Vietnam 1120 heavy. Descend via Dow 2 Juliet for the visual Y runway 25 right approach into Tan Son Nhat. Altimeter 1010. Bamboo 90468, Ho Chi Minh Control. Expect the Bank 1 Alpha arrival. I'll have you descending in about 5 minutes.
Expecting the Bank 1 Alpha arrival. Bamboo 90468.
Negative, Vietnam 1120. Descending via the Bayonne 1 Tango arrival, ILS Yankee runway 25 right.
Vietnam 1120, cleared for the Bio 1T arrival, ILS Yankee runway 25 right via the D086N transition.
Cleared for the Bayonne 1 Tango arrival, ILS Yankee 25 right. Vietnam 1120.
via Donk 1 Sierra into Tanson Nhat, Starlux 711.
Starlux 711, contact Hanson, Nhat approach on 126.35.
Switching to Tanson Nhat, approach on 126.35, Starlux 711.
Clear for the AO1 Tango, arrival ALS Yankee 25 right, Vietnam 1120.
Vietnam 1120, contact Hanson Yacht approach on 126.35.
Vietnam 1120.
Bamboo 90468, descend via Bank 1 Alpha into Cameron.
Descend via Bank 1 Alpha into Cameron. Bamboo 90468.
468, cross DR027 at altitude 6000, QNH 1014.
Cross CR027 at 6000 feet, QNH 1014, Bamboo 90468.
Bamboo 90468, contact Camran, approach on 127.9er.
Approach on 127.9er, Bamboo 90468.
Dash 0 Zulu. Wind 330 at 1. Cab OK.
Good evening, approach Bamboo 90468 with information Romeo descending to 6,000 feet.
Temperature 28. Dew point 25.
Bamboo 90468, expect the ILS X-ray, runway 2 right approach into
Density
Cameron.
altitude 1600 feet.
Bamboo 90468, Cameron approach, identified. Good evening.
Arriving and departing runways 02 right.
Expect the ILS X-ray approach runway 02 right into Cameron, Bamboo 90468.
20 right. Caution bird activity. Advise on initial contact you have information Romeo. Camran International Airport, information Romeo. 1330 Zulu. Wind 330 at 1. Cab OK. Temperature 28. Dew point 25. QNH 1012. Density altitude 1600 feet. Transition level 100. Arriving and departing runways 02 right, 20 right. Caution bird activity. Advise on initial contact you have information Romeo. Camran International Airport, information Romeo. 1330 Zulu. Wind 330 at 1. Cab OK. Temperature 28. Dew point 25. QNH 1012. Density altitude 1600 feet. Transition level 100. Arriving and departing runways 02 right, 20 right. Caution bird activity. Advise on initial contact you have information Romeo.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for landing.
Bamboo 9468 established on the localizer for the ILS approach runway 02 right.
Bamboo 9468, cleared ILS approach runway 02 right.
Clear ILS approach runway 02 right, Bamboo 9468. Approach checklist, barrel rate 101 or set seatbelts on. Minimum 360 set or rack off and triple select on approach checklist complete.
Bamboo 9468, descend altitude 3600. Turn right heading 210, vectors for the ILS runway 2 right approach.
Descending to 3600, turn right heading 210, vector for the ILS approach runway 02 right, Bamboo 9468.
Bamboo 9468, descend altitude 3500, turn right heading 235.
Descend to 3500, turn right heading 235, Bamboo 9468.
Bamboo 9468, 7 miles from CR 822. Turn right heading 315. Descend altitude 2600 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 2 right approach.
Turn right heading 315, descend to 2600 until established on the localizer. Clear for the ILS approach runway 02 right, Bamboo 9468.
Bamboo 90468. Contact Camran Tower on 118.2.
118.2, Bamboo 90468. Good evening, Tower, Bamboo 90468. On final runway 02 right.
Bamboo 90468, Cameron Tower, winds 290 at 3, runway 2 right, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 02 right, Bamboo 90468. Landing checklist, in memo landing no flow, landing checklist complete. Check.
Above. Minimum.
Continue. Check.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard,
Spoiler, reverse rate diesel. Manual brakes.
Bamboo 90468, welcome to Cameron. Contact ground on 121.825.
11 p.m.
121.825,
degrees.
121.825, Bamboo 90468.
Until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
Good evening, route Bamboo 9468. Clear of runway 02 right. Ready to taxi to the gate.
Bamboo 9468, camera on ground. Taxi to Park 1 via Golf 7. Cross runway 20 right, then Whiskey 7. Whiskey, Yankee 5, Yankee, Zulu. Good day.
Taxi to Park 1 via Golf 7, cross runway 20 right, then Whiskey 7, Whiskey, Yankee 5, Yankee, Zulu. Good day, Bamboo 9468. After landing checklist, radar and perimeter share off after landing checklist ended.
Captain Viet Vong Ve. The cabin is ready for departure. We are all set to embark on this journey through the night. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, welcome aboard this flight of our virtual airline, where the skies are as open as a lover's embrace. Our captain, the esteemed Viet Vong Ve, will be guiding us through the star.